$250,000 to first place. The Senior Bowl is over. Rookies, they are steaming up. But we don't care. We are here to find the best values. It's the road to 250K. Let's win the big board.
It's Short King summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King summer.
All right, GM, everyone. Welcome back. I didn't stream for a couple days because I was on vacation. Some of you guys probably haven't heard my voice since Friday. Maybe you didn't watch the video on Saturday. Maybe you didn't watch the video on Sunday. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. Little bit of bookkeeping here. The Sidekick is back. I've got my rankings uploaded into the Sidekick, which you can get at legendaryupside.com. If you are a subscriber to the Davis Mattek Patreon, I just did a full comprehensive, reconfiguring of the rankings. Basically, I did my rankings right when the ADPs came out. The ADPs adjusted a lot, and so it was time for new rankings. I've got rankings uploaded into my draft applet, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna hop into the rooms right now. I hope I am welcomed back with a beautiful 101. Probably won't be, but 102. We will take the 102. This is the road to $250,000 big board draft. 16 of 150. We are gonna do a couple here today. Don't know how many we're gonna do, but we're gonna get through. I'll say we're definitely gonna do at least two. Would like to get to 30 by the end of the week. I don't know exactly how that's gonna go. There we go. Happy birthday, Nick. I don't, if I am taking over for Gretch on ship chasing, no one has told me, but it does sound like Mr. Gretch has moved on to greener pastures. Just not enough time, I think, in the day for him. And I've sort of felt that too. It's been hard for me to keep up with the writing on patreon.com/Davis Mattek. We got the 102. We are going to take Mr. Barkley, click him there in the Sidekick. Bang. We've got him. 2 today and 3 every. Oh, all right. Then we're cruising. Here's the secret, Nick, for the little board. Got to do the little board slows, brother. Just not enough hours in the day. I guess I do little boards. I start a little board in the morning when I get to the gym, and honestly, it takes the entire time. I ate at my favorite restaurant in Chicago, Ricardo's Trattoria. It is it's in Lincoln Park. It's on North Clark Street. Unbelievably good food from Ricardo's Trattoria. It's a good. I guess it sort of depends. How long do the slow drafts take? 10 days. A lot of the time for the slows. Yeah, I do. That's what I do. I'll do a little board fast in the morning. But if I'm not doing a little board, like I can't do, I fell into this trap a couple times. Try to do a little board or like a dinger, like a Major League Baseball best ball. Trying to do a fast draft before bed, and I just fall asleep. And they just take too long. I get something different every time. I got the rabbit loin on Saturday night. I'm honestly cooked. It was a long weekend. I stayed up. You guys know me. I go to bed early. I wake up really early. I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning on Saturday night. I went to the Bally's Casino in Chicago, was playing some blackjack, playing some roulette, and I got cooked. I am overdone. A-Chain at the 110, huh, Bitcoin? You might know ball. Is the Brian Thomas guy going to do this slappy start? Is he going to take Genty? By the way, I moved AJ Brown up a ton in my rankings. I just think there's really not an argument for him to be going here at 21, 20, 19. I think AJ Brown is being really underdrafted right now. No pizza, no deep dish pizza for the boy. I don't count my calories and my macros and stuff on vacation though. Do we think Big Island Women is a taken username on Underdog? Okay, Bowers went. And I'm not loving this price on Lad either. I think you hey, look, I would go hunting. I'm just not I guess I'm just not a real man. Historical anomalies. I've never played Baccarat, don't know the rules, don't know how it works. I think, but I think it's a decent amount of strategy to learn. A wedding in March, buddy. You gotta turn up. You don't have very much time left. Been asking myself this a question a lot. Is there a sweet spot for how many rookies you should roll with per position? For 8 wide receivers, would 4 rookies be okay, or is that too much? I think the thing is you just don't want too many expensive rookies on the same team. Is kind of where I'm at with it. All right, Sidekick wants Jacobs or Tyreek. I'm not gonna take Jacobs. Tyreek, I think, would be ideal for me here. Yeah, we're going to take Tyreek Hill to go with Saquon Barkley. I mean, theoretically, that is, getting the running back 1 and maybe the wide receiver 1, like a guy who has finished wide receiver 1 before. This is mostly what I'm doing. I'm much more into the rookie running backs than wide receivers. Everything I continue to hear is that these rookie running backs, like we might see 25 running backs get drafted. I think it's really nuts. All right, Breece Hall, Wilson, or JSN. This guy's gonna take Garrett Wilson, I think. Yeah, no, he took Breece. Okay, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, let's do it. Ship it. Done. So we have Saquon Barkley, Tyreek Hill, and Garrett Wilson. Stefan works at a card room / casino in California. Baccarat is the most popular game and has the best odds for the customer. I have heard that. I have heard that is true with Baccarat. Yeah, it's just a crazy deep class. And there's going to be teams that take running backs that we're not expecting, right? The Buccaneers could take a running back, the Chargers could take 3 running backs. The 49ers could take a running back. The Ravens, what if the Ravens said, all right, we're good with Justice Hill. We're going to go in a different direction. I totally see that as possible. Tyreek's probably not a Dolphin in 2025, but I feel like he's only going to a spot where the offense is similar or better to him. I think it's interesting to imagine Tyreek back in Kansas City. What would that look like? Yeah. Generally more value in the late rookies and more value in the vets early, but they'll be, yes, for sure. They're going to be, Chip Kelly got hired to the Raiders. What if they take TreVeyon Henderson? They have the 67th pick in the 3rd round. TreVeyon Henderson. Certainly TreVeyon Henderson, Chip Kelly knows how to use him, not too much trouble to connect those dots. I have Bowers behind Genty, but ahead of Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey. Texans could certainly take one of them. How important is ADP at this point? Not important. Well, I guess I would think about ADP this way. you still want to be pretty conscious of the combinations that are there. You don't want to be like totally IK being the field, because we're here to a lot of, there are a lot of, like, also ADP I think is mostly informed by really good players right now. I think the market is mostly full of virgins and sickos right now who are pretty tuned in, and I want to respect that information. I mean, I think Fields in a Chip Kelly offense would be awesome, Benny, but I have maintained, I'm pretty confident that Justin Fields is going to return with Pittsburgh. At 67, feels like probably yes at 67 for TreVeyon Henderson. Let's see where he's going in the mock draft database right now. Like, I don't think he'll be a first round pick, because the reason why I kind of don't think he'll be a first round pick is there are so many running backs. And if there are just so many of these guys, then it makes it less likely that you'd want to reach one that you'd be like, I have to get this guy. I have to get Amari in Hampton, when you could get Caleb Johnson, So I think the fact that the class is so deep means there's going to be a lot of guys who go in round 3. That we could see 10 running backs go in round 3 or something like that. I could see mid-second. Is this draft going to get scrapped? No. Oh, come on. Not even close. How much do you think drafting a player with a 130 ADP at pick 100 affects ADP? One individual selection, you're not doing anything. So right now, the overall rank for TreVeyon Henderson on mock draft database is 64th overall. So it's right around there. I think the rooms are just really liking running backs. I mean, that's the big difference. The rooms are just really slamming these running backs. All right. Sidekick wants Daniels. I don't really want Daniels. Sidekick really likes Kittle, Flowers, Addison. I mean, I have Barkley. So let's do... Jordan Addison gives us another quarterback, and we don't really love any of the quarterbacks we have right now. So let's do Addison. Do you think the uncertainty with this year's draft class is way better? Way better. I think the big board, the more grunt work you have to do to feel good about your rankings and to feel good about your stacks, to feel good about your positions, I think is far better. I think it's much better. Wow. You know what? I was going to take Jaden Daniels. I'm not going to take Jaden Daniels now. I'm also not going to take Kittle. Pickens, Metcalf, Olave. Pickens, Metcalf, Olave. Let's do DK Metcalf. Kind of into the idea of a resurgent Seattle offense with Clint Kubiak. People forget the Saints averaged 45 points a game before everyone started getting hurt. Yes, there is a custom page on the Sidekick where you can upload your own rankings. So if you go to legendaryupside.com/sidekick, and you log in. I'm not logged in on this browser. You can upload your own rankings. So I uploaded my patreon.com/Davis Mattek rankings into the Sidekick so that I don't have to listen to what Korean and Sacrilegious think. Not that you shouldn't listen to Korean and Sacrilegious, but I like to draft my own teams. What I like the Sidekick for, same reason I like the Draft Caddy, just information. Especially if you're going to be multi-tabling or like if you're doing a lot of slow drafts. It just gives me a ton of information. Elijah Moore went 7 overall, not in this one, right? I don't know. I don't know what their criteria is for throwing out big boards. Because theoretically, your confidence intervals for throwing out drafts should be much wider in the big board than it would be for Best Ball Mania or a puppy or whatever. At this point, what you typically have to give up, either reaching or continuing the QB run, is not worth getting 3 quarterback. I mean, I think the big thing with 3 quarterbacks is you just have to feel good about Shadur, Carr, Dart, Milroe, Wilson, Rogers, one of those guys. That's how you avoid getting well, it hasn't been tossed yet. I mean, I'm probably going to be more aggressively drafting running backs this year. Do you think the 5 or 6 wide receiver in the first 8-9 picks is still the way to go? Probably going to be drafting more running back heavy-ish teams. I'll probably be drafting more hyper fragile teams, because the thing is, you still show up in the final with, I don't know, with Jalen McMillan as your wide receiver too, and you just don't have the firepower that the field has. I never really liked these. That's really good. No, the dead zone is awesome. The dead zone is awesome because of the Ohio State guys and Caleb Johnson. Right now in the dead zone, we have Travion Henderson, Judkins. Honestly, even Jalen Warren is kind of in the dead zone. So I don't think that is the case at all. There's one guy I really want, but sadly he is going to go before my pick. Yeah, they will probably do this. They'll probably do a batch of cancellations. I assume that their team is more focused on like the NBA Dog Bowl and stuff right now. Yeah, you can get the quote-unquote good veteran wide receivers, but how many points are those guys going to project for? Versus what is JSN's Week 17 projection going to be like versus Cooper Kupp? I feel relatively confident that you're still going to want the early wide receivers a good bit. All right. Come on, Vaporware. Longtime friend of the program. Don't do it. I knew he was going to do it. Okay, that is annoying, but we are going to persevere. I am going to take Quinshawn Judkins over Luther Burden here. Vaporware, you got me, brother. I assume that there is some of this happening out there. People thinking these are like showdown contests. What can you do? What can you do? Clay, you like seeing me get sniped, bro? It's not very nice. Oh, Mahomes. Oh, this guy's auto-drafting. He's auto-drafting a bad team, too. Jaden Daniels and Mahomes. Tough. Tyrone Tracy. All right, well, there we go. We can add in one Mr. Well, do we want... Yeah, we want Burden. Nice. Okay, we have got Barkley, Judkins, Reek, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Addison, DK Metcalf, and Luther Burden. Bang. No, I don't think these drafts are very random. I think the best drafters are going to have much more of an edge in the pre-draft contest than even in Best Ball Mania, the puppy, things like that. Got Genty, Caleb Johnson, Judkins, and Sampson with Harrison Bigsby. Not as big on Sampson. I do like Burden over Emeka Egbuka, but like probably like a tier break, honestly. But I do wonder if Egbuka ends up going earlier in the NFL draft. I kind of thought otherwise for a while, but it does seem like Egbuka is the one that NFL scouts seem to like. Yes, Mahomes should be so much cheaper. I don't even really understand who is the guy who's like excited to draft Patrick Mahomes in fantasy. Like, Chiefs fans know that he's not that guy. He just, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't really get it at all. It is hard to push McMillan around. If you're drafting at this turn right here, it's so hard to get him back around. Yeah, smaller player in a class with a lot of really good big-bodied guys. Not a good pass catcher, or not a good pass blocker. Kind of played in that Mickey Mouse Tennessee offense too. That Tennessee offense is not known as a big NFL production level offense. Cedric Tillman, Jalen Hyatt, Hendon Hooker, these guys. ETN. All right, so all the value's gone out of ETN. We can't really have nice things with ETN anymore. First couple days. So I do prefer the draft caddy, but they're honestly different things. I would basically never go back to drafting without the draft caddy, particularly for Best Ball Mania. But I mean, I like the Sidekick too. The Sidekick helps keep you on track. I think they're both very useful tools. There's also a sale going on for the Sidekick. I think I want to say they're doing a year of it for $99. So if you're wanting to use the Sidekick, now would be a very good time to do it. I literally do think Mark Andrews is a faller because of the drop. All right. I don't love Kelsey here. I don't love any of the Sidekick wants Bo Nix. All right, Sidekick. Let's ride. I mean, that's a good spot. It's a good spot to take him. There you go. It's $99 from... I'm pulling it up right now. But yeah, it's $99 for a month for the Sidekick. Which is... Oh, here's the thing. You can renew at $99 a month. So that's the... There you go. That's the big change. So that's why we're doing a little promo for the boy. Interesting, because I have Ramondre ranked well after ADP. So I have Ramondre ranked 112. So a round after ADP. Sidekick still has Ramondre as my top guy because it does the mixing and matching. I'm going to take Tyler Warren. Because I think I view this next tier of running backs from Sharbs all the way to Neal, honestly, all the way to Gordon. I kind of view them as a flat tier. And I think tight end after Goddard, there's a big drop there. Yes, they do. And never underestimate the power of a good name for fantasy football. Like, Travis Etienne is a cool name. And because Travis Etienne is a cool name, I've given him so much more leeway than he deserves over the years. Bayshell Tootin. Honestly, even Devin Neal is a cool name. Ollie Gordon is a very cool name. Damian Martinez, cool name. Oh yeah, come on, Cam Scadaboo. If instead of being Cam Scadaboo, if his name was Eric Johnson, he'd be a 15th round pick. Absolutely, very, very good point. Yes, I do. This is a great point from Kevin. I think doing at least a 30-year drafts with the Sidekick in their rankings will give you a great edge. Building a diversified portfolio, 100%. Yeah, that is another thing I like about using the tools. And another thing I like about using the caddy. Yeah, Tet McMillan. What is it? Tetroya. I'm not even gonna try. Come on. How do I say his name? How to say Tet McMillan's name? Tetyroy E? Tetyroy. How do you say? I don't know. Oh, the backwards E phonetically. Tetyroya. Tet McMillan. I would have drafted Tank Dell, but I faded Nathaniel Dell instead. I do think the Patriots are a huge candidate to take a running back. They only have Gibson and Ramondre that they played. They basically just like alternated between benching them. Ollie Gordon is a very high upside mystery box, and I really like him, but I acknowledge that his final season was so bad. Like his final season was worse even than Chuba Hubbard's. Yes. He could very clear he could definitely be the Jermaine Burton of running backs. That is a great comp. Someone I was fully off of last year. Najee Harris. Don't know if I took Najee Harris once last year, but I like Najee at these prices right here. Like Najee's still gonna be on the board, or did he go already? Yeah, pick 100 Najee. Perfectly cromulent spot to take Najee Harris. I like that comp. I like Scatabo to Burkhead. Yeah, I have Brashard Smith ranked way ahead of ADP. I've got Brashard. I guess not way ahead. 202 is not that far ahead. Feels pretty high ahead. But Chad, he was one of the guys who did really well at the combine, or not the combine, the Senior Bowl. He was one of the big winners of the Senior Bowl. Ollie Gordon had a great I didn't watch. I was actually busy. Did not watch the Senior Bowl. Okay, we need a running back. I don't really want it to be Tajay Spears, to be honest. Sidekick wants us to just nab Tua now. Probably not going to do that. You know what? Let's live a little. Cam Scattaboo. Come on down, brother. Come on down. And Mims is still there, too. I'm surprised Mims is not popping in the caddy. Caddy still wants Tua. I'm less enthusiastic. I do like Ingram here. Kind of need a vet running back here. You know what? Whatever. Let's do it. Tua, come on down, brother. Done. We got the Bo Nix Tua quarterback room. Not a lot of seasonal upside there. I do have no confirmation on if pick sixes count for Travis Hunter. Tua will always kind of get his just because of the way that offense works. I don't think Tua is going to go to 0, obviously. My CMC expectations for this season are that he is going to smash for as long as he's healthy, but his injury risk coming off of a legitimate, dude, he had an Achilles injury. Achilles injury is not nothing. Certainly, I mean, it's so far from nothing. That's a very hard injury to come back from. All right, so we have got Bo Nix and Tua, Barkley, Judkins, Cam Scatterboo, running backs, Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Addison, DK Metcalf, Luther Burden, Tyler Warren. This might be a bit heavy on the rookies. What can you do, though? It's February 3rd. Kirk gave me the Prime sub on Twitch. Beautiful. Thank you very much for watching at twitch.tv/Davis Mattek. Big fan of all the watchers on Twitch. You guys watching ad-free over there with your Amazon Prime? Yeah, sounds like the Jaguars are going to designate Ingram as a post-June release cut. Save $15.5 million. A lot of dollars to save. Although, yes, he could certainly restructure. I think Rashad is fine. I think he's a good handcuff running back. Yeah, I mean, very early on, the rookies are overpriced, right? By and large, the rookies in the big board are going to be overpriced. It's just the way it works. People are excited to draft them. People are, no one is excited to draft Dalton Kincaid right now. 48% Javonte. I guess what I would ask you is, what do you win when you win with all that Javonte? What is the goal? Because I don't think he ends up being a starter anywhere. That seems unlikely. So you're hoping he just becomes a handcuff guy? They almost for sure. Damn, I was going to take Jake Ferguson. I'm not taking both rookie tight ends. You know what? Let's eat some vegetables. Romeo Dubs. That's a Javonte Williams ass pick right there. Romeo Dubs is a Javonte Williams ass pick. And I'm going to get Ollie Gordon anyway. Gonna have to start taking some adult guys in the running back room. But Barkley, Judkins, Scatterboo, Gordon is pretty fun. All right. If I do draft any dog bowls, it's probably not going to be on stream. I'm going to keep it 100% real with you guys. My brain is pretty cooked. Stayed up super late, a couple nights in a row. Got up this morning. Got on the plane. Did the Swolecast. I'm not operating at 100% capacity. With Bo Nix at 95, does Mims not become a priority over Scatterboo? I mean, I guess it is. I'm sort of interested. Maybe I will remember to ask Karain about that. But I could really see that one going either way. The thing is just like draft bucket capital wise, you are gonna want the running back there more. The running back is more important for your buckets, right? So if you look at the caddy here, I am in bucket 1 at wide receiver already, and I'm in bucket 5 at running back. So you're just gonna want the running back there because I'm already basically where I want to go at wide receiver. Bucket 4 at tight end with the pick on Warren. Not great. Yeah, and you can take Franklin and you can take Jaleel. You also, and this is, I was literally about to do this. I was about to say, the good thing about the big board is that you can tell yourself the story of any rookie playing for any team to make a hypothetical stack. Very true. What do I think the CLV with Genty will be? So Genty goes roughly anywhere in between here. Anywhere between like 17 and 12. I think Genty for sure will go ahead of A-Chain. And I think Genty could end up right here. Pick 7, pick 8. That's sort of my operational philosophy on Ashton Genty. I think he ends up a first round pick, and I think probably he ends up going like 1-8, 1-9. I mean, honestly, that would be like my truth serum ranking, is that I would like to move him up there already anyway. But you don't, I mean, right now you don't have to, is the thing. So that's nice. It's nice to be able to get, I guess theoretically right now you could have 100% Ashton Genty if you really wanted. Yep. He'll end up where Bijan went last year. That's sort of my thought. I mean, everyone thinks Genty is going to the Dallas Cowboys. If he is a freaking Charger, man. Wheels up if he is a Los Angeles Charger. All right. What do we need to do? We are in bucket 1 at wide receiver. We actually overdrafted running backs, honestly. We are on pace right now. Do need some adults in the room at running back. Trey Benson is a pretty good buy low. Probably need some adults in the room at tight end as well. Man, it is too late in the day for a coffee, but boy, do I need it. If I take a coffee, there's no way I'm falling asleep. Did you guys like the recorded videos this weekend? The rookie video on Saturday and the showdown video on Sunday? Were those hit your algorithm? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't even hit your... Oh, wants me to take Geno, huh? Not gonna do that. Fields is still there. So I'm gonna take Freiermuth first. So I recorded that video on Monday, WFN, and I literally was not even fully woke to Oliver Gordon yet. I mean, I still think Devin Neal is a better value. I think Devin Neal has a chance to be the second best rookie running back of the class if he lands in the right spot. He just has the perfect fantasy football skill set. Wright is another one of these guys. They spent the 3rd round pick on him last year. He basically does nothing. Not going to be surprised to me at all if they take another running back. Like if they decide they just want Dylan Sampson, actually could be and Jalen Wright went to Tennessee, didn't he? Did I make that up? Were they backfield mates? Braylon Allen, Geno. No, I'm taking Fields, dude. Bang. That is what I wanted to do. That's why I took Freiermuth. All right, there we go. That was a good turn. That was a good turn for this team. Get Fields and Freiermuth together. Complete the quarterback room. I'm big on these 3 quarterback rooms in the big board. I'm going to be pulling way back on them when we get to Best Ball Mania, when after the draft happens, but I'm taking a lot of 3 quarterback teams right now. 45% Fields. Yeah, I mean, Fields is one of the guys I have ranked highest compared to their average draft position. I did almost forget my plan in a 2-pick span. Honestly, I should think more about this question. Odds, I think Fields gets a full season. I mean, the thing is he's just so bad that he probably won't. He just cannot help himself with the sacks. But, assuming that the roster is like Justin Fields and Quinn Ewers and I don't know. Who's a shitty third quarterback? Mitch Trubisky. Wouldn't be Mitch on the Steelers. Who would it be? I don't know. Who's the third string quarterback on the Steelers? Kyle Allen. Is that it? Did I get that right? Quarterback. Yep, it is Kyle Allen. Yep, if it's Kyle Allen, and they should, if their plan is to do the Fields thing, they should absolutely take Jalen Milroe. You don't want to have you do not want to have an offense where the two quarterbacks play these drastically different styles. Secrets out on Jaden Higgins, I suppose. Can't get him in the 20th round anymore. Thoughts on Trey Benson? My thoughts on Trey Benson are he just needs to fade a running back injury or a running back pick. And if he fades a running back pick, he is probably as good of a pick as like Kendre Miller, who I think isn't like one of the best picks right now. Dylan Raiola would not get drafted high. Dylan Raiola cannot move. Dylan Raiola is one of the most stationary quarterbacks I have ever seen. He wants to be like Mahomes, but he doesn't do the one thing that Mahomes is like unbelievably good at, which is, I mean, obviously Mahomes is unbelievably good at many things, but the thing that has made Mahomes a superhero has been that he doesn't get sacked. Yeah, he's fat. No, it's true. It's true. Steelers should start Fields all year. I don't know if they will, but they definitely should. I wonder if, did I import these? Yeah, okay, I did import these rankings correct. So I was like, some of my guys are missing. Did one of my guys get taken already? I think one of my 20th round guys maybe already got taken. No, he didn't. Okay. All right. We definitely need a running back. We definitely need an adult running back. Eckler is a really good pick here. Yeah, gotta do Eckler. Gotta do need a grown man in the room to kind of calm everyone down. That Gunnar Helm ranking, pretty aggressive, but I stand by it. Sidekick wants Troy Franklin now. I think as it should. Certainly as it should. I've probably drafted Judy once, maybe twice. I don't know. I mean, I certainly don't love Jerry Jeudy, but Jerry Jeudy led the entirety of the National Football League in routes last year. Very hard to beat that volume. I think Juwan Johnson is going to go to Denver, and then maybe they take a tight end. They have a lot of needs. A lot of needs for the Denver Broncos. I definitely don't have like a hard, fast limit. I will say this running back room is probably like I probably shouldn't take another rookie running back. Troy Franklin, come on down. Bang. Got our stack in. So we've got Nix with Franklin, Tua with theoretically Tyreek, and Freiermuth and Tyler Warren. Stacking with Drake May, Tet McMillan, brother. We're stacking Tet McMillan with Drake May. I know one of the guys in here, Pressers Radio. He loves Demario Douglas. Yes, well, I think LaQuint Allen could be stacked on and added to every team. LaQuint Allen, I saw, man, I really should not spend any time on my For You page, but I did see some tweets about this running back class, and one of them was like talking about, I don't know, poor contact balance or whatever for LaQuint Allen. And I'm just like, dude, touch some grass. Not that I have the room to touch anyone's grass, but a guy who's that good at catching passes in college, dude, you just can't get shit anymore. Brashard Smith, Jack Beck, and Damian Martinez all going in the 17th round. We can't have shit, dude. We can't have nothing. I hate that for us. I really do. I like do I like it? I think that basically almost anyone would have been an upgrade on Alex Van Pelt. And McDaniels has led many successful NFL offense. Now, you can argue how he got there, but his offenses were by and large very good outside of the Raiders. Bad in Denver, bad the year in St. Louis. They weren't actually, you know what? And they really weren't even that bad for the Raiders. He was, on offense, he was 12th and 23rd in points scored. Those would have been huge outcomes for the Patriots last year. Yeah, this is a good point. It's a good point. I can't really tell anyone to touch grass. Tired. I can't draft Fields because of bench rest. Wired. As long as I stack Fields, I'll get to profit on his ancillary pieces when he gets benched for Jameis Winston. That's an all-timer. Chip Kelly was a good offensive coordinator. Chip Kelly is a bad head coach because he can't really relate. It seems like he just has trouble interpersonally, but his Eagles offenses were 4th in points, 3rd in points, 13th in points. Now, I literally, this is crazy to me. I literally do not remember him being head coach of the 49ers. Jameis doesn't get a chance because he throws so many interceptions and he takes terrible sacks. Just the worst interceptions and the worst sacks you've ever seen. Yeah. Does anyone else just not remember Chip Kelly coaching the 49ers? Carlos Hyde, Sean Drawn, Colin Kaepernick, Blaine Gabbert, DeJuan Harris, Mike Davis. Raheem Mostert was on that team. Jeremy Curley, the leading wide receiver, with 115 targets. Garrett Selleck, 29 receptions for 315 yards. All right. We need a tight end. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe someone from the Sidekick Quadre can help me with this. I don't know why it's not giving me Gunnar Helm, because he's the top of my rankings. Maybe I did something wrong, but I am taking Gunnar Helm. Chip and Balky both got fired. Yeah, wow. Jameis, the thing is you just got to remember, dude, Jameis is not good. He's just not terrible. That's really what you got to know about Jameis. I don't know who the quarterback coach was. I guess I need to look. I have my own rankings in though. It's not the default Sidekick rankings. I have my own rankings uploaded in here. All right, we do need a running back. I would also just encourage you. There you go. That's why. Thank you, Shady. That makes sense. And I'm also going to take LaQuint Allen here because I want to. It's your drop down on custom at the bottom. I don't know how to get to the bottom of this. There is no bottom, right? The bottom is bottomless. I think Shady is correct though. That's why it's ADP waiting, which is fine. As long as I know. As long as I know. I love Mullings. It's one of Crane's favorite guys in this class. Khalil Mullings. Let's go get another one started. Where am I at here? Big board, 16 picks away. I don't see the switch, but that is user error. Yeah, my custom ranks are in, and they're indicated in the Sidekick too. Like it's got Mason Taylor up here. I have Ben Sinnott ranked too high. I gotta move Ben Sinnott down. The bottom left of your Sidekick border should have I don't see it, but this is user error. This is not anything to do with the Sidekick's fault. I will probably handle that off stream so that everyone doesn't have to get exposed to how little my brain does not work. Might need to zoom out. Sure, it's definitely possible. All right, who's our last pick going to be here anyway? We have a 3-6-7-3 build with Barkley, Judkins, Scadaboo, Ollie Gordon, Austin Eckler, LaQuint Allen, Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Addison, DK Metcalf, Luther Burden, Romeo Doubs, Troy Franklin. All of our quarterbacks are stacked. We need one more running back. It's almost for sure going to be Elijah Moore. Oh, is he gone? He is gone. Tough. I bet Nick took him. Did Nick take him over there in the turn? No, he didn't. He took his Rutgers running back. All right. I always take Elijah Moore to end. I mean, I don't even think it's bad. But I probably should start taking other vets. You know what? Let's do a Tyler Lockett. That's as dusty as I can get. Tyler Lockett is as dusty as I can get. That's my boy. Haven't done that very many times. There we go. Draft 16 of 150. We are on the clock in the other one. That is perfect timing. And we're going to walk right in and we are going to get CeeDee Lamb. How about that? How do you guys like that for timing? Draft 17 of 150 begins with CeeDee Lamb. God, we are cranking these out. I think Dak ADP is truly insane. I guess I could have taken who is like the Miami wide receiver 3 goes early though, is the thing. Like Malik Washington is like a 16th round pick. All right. I already know Dogan is going to do the classic slappy start, and he's going to keep me from doing it. So just rip my heart out, brother. Oh, he took Taylor. All right. He took Jonathan Taylor. So I will begin with my preferred slappy start, which is, and I call that anytime I'm able to get Ashton Genty, basically. Ashton Genty, send it on down. Yeah, I think this is true. The Miami wide receiver there is just not on their team yet. The Miami wide receiver is in a different universe. Slayton is a good round 20 pick though. Bond to Miami. Yeah, Jonnu I'm having a hard time with because so much of Jonnu's production was like schemed and on like screens and end arounds, and I don't know. It feels like that doesn't lead to a very functional NFL offense. And if it doesn't lead to and I guess this is maybe even the better point, is that the Miami wide receiver is just Devin Achane. And if it's just Achane, a rookie running back, yeah, I can't help but feel this way too. Jonnu does kind of feel like a trap to me as well. How many friends and families do we got in here? Kurt Rambus said he was drafting these in the chat earlier. OMG is always in these rooms. Renegades 88 is someone I know. I can't remember who. True. Jonnu plus Achane plus no concussions for Tua. Man, I do love this start. I know there is a way to do the custom toggle that I'm going to have to figure out when I'm all by my lonesome. And I'm not embarrassing myself in front of all of you guys. Imagine if it was the real Kurt Rambus. Can you imagine? Oh no, I have this big ugly view stuck in the window. Gotta fix that. JSN feels crazy cheap. This would actually be a great spot to take JSN, I feel. Not a great spot for Josh Allen. All right. Genty, Lamb, JSN. I mean, who am I to argue? Dude, they don't know I just got 4 spots of ADP value. They don't know I just got 4 spots of ADP value on JSN on February 3rd. My thoughts on Michael Pittman Jr. are that he probably is like way underpriced because he was playing with a literal fractured back last year. But at the same time, that doesn't even really make me want to take him. Yeah, this just feels like free money. Marvin Harrison Jr. falling to a early 4th round pick. I mean, he wasn't even good last year, and he probably could have paid this price tag off. Yeah, this is a very nutted start. Lamb or neighbors with Genty and 2 stud wide receivers. Yeah, I did hear this. I unironically think that the guys at Endgame Syndicate are working on this tool. That there is going to be a tool that tells you the expected value of your drafts. Man, where were you guys when you heard Luka Doncic got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for 1 first-round pick and Max Christie and Anthony Davis? Where were you, brother? Where were you? If you grab the top bar when the cursor is a plus rather than resizing. There we go. Shady, you're a good man. I see what I did. Thank you, Mr. Shady Advice. Not very shady advice, very, very good advice. Well, if the Chiefs lose, it's not great. But I will be very happy for Jalen Hurts, who deserves to win a Super Bowl. You were watching Gonzaga St. Mary's. Clay, you're a sicko. Sending a Venmo for your Royal Rumble numbers pool, and the ESPN alert popped up. Crazy. I was at second city in Chicago. Checked my phone at the intermission, and I got the shout out to this promo code Davis. Got the underdog alert. My favorite picks for the Super Bowl are Patrick Mahomes' longest rush over 11.5 rushing yards. AJ Brown higher 68.5 receiving yards. And Xavier Worthy higher. Bang, we're going to take Amari and Hampton. Xavier Worthy higher than 4.5 rushing yards. Those are my favorite wagers for the Super Bowl. The Josh Allen guy also took Lamar Jackson. Interesting strategy. Let's see if it works out for him. Ooh, game to not end with a quarterback kneel. You were doing Pilates at midnight, bro? What kind of life are you living, man? Yes, Worthy is getting the Sky Moore Tony touchdown. Yeah, you can bet on that. Yeah, people just draft terribly in these. We're gonna nab. Should we do a Debo? Should we do a Debo? You know what? No, you know what? Let's do a Judy. Have done barely none of those. Yeah, we are literally just talking about Luka right now. I mean, I think it's live to be the worst trade in the history of American sports. Like almost certainly it's going to be bad this year, but it's going to be really bad like 2 years from now, especially after this guy gets fired. After Nico Harrison gets fired, it's going to look even worse. Comparable to the Watson trade. The thing is that the Texans haven't won shit. Texans have, I guess they won 2 playoff games, so maybe not. But I guess the thing is that trading away Deshaun Watson was very defendable. So like, and you also understood why the Browns are doing it. The Browns are just these idiots. Like everyone understood the Browns thought like, okay, the Browns are all bad people. They shouldn't do this, and Deshaun Watson shouldn't be in the NFL. But at least from a football perspective, you understood what they were getting at. The Mavs trade is both not defendable from a basketball perspective and not defendable from a personality perspective. Because if you really do think Luka's fat, like, buddy, just hire him a personal trainer. So it's not great. Yeah, people are just going rogue with these quarterbacks. I don't know what they're doing. I think Hope and or Numi. I think a good rule to implement would be max 4 quarterbacks per draft. That would be my my advice to you. I think it would make these rooms a little bit more palatable. I think it would also help speed drafts up. But just one man's opinion. Damn, if we get either of these wide receivers back around, that would be pretty sick. One of them is going to go for sure. All right, McMillan goes, and now Jennings is about to go, and we're about to be down bad. Yeah, the Lakers... Well, all right, never mind. We are going to get you on, Jennings. The Lakers' exceptionalism just always keeps coming through. The Lakers don't even have to try and be a better team. They just, life life has never handed the Los Angeles Lakers a lemon. All right, Sidekick is jamming me Purdy now. But I'm going to try and wait. And I think I'm going to take one of the tight ends here. Wow, there you go. Okay. I would like either of these tight ends because I think one of the quarterbacks I like should come back around to 107. Maybe not. Fuck. I did want Andrews there, but I'm going to take Hawkinson. Bang. All right, so we've got Genty, Hampton, Lamb, JSN, Marvin Harrison, Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings, and TJ Hawkinson. Now, the league is not vetoing anything that's going to help out the Los Angeles Lakers right now. That is not happening. I think the 49ers depth chart starts out the season Jennings, Pearsall, Debo, ends the season Ayuk, Jennings, Pearsall. I think Debo will have taken himself out of the running by then. You will for sure be duped. I don't really see any way there are not going to be dupes in the divisional playoff best ball contest. But hope you're not duped very much. Man, people are big on this Jack Beck guy. And he was awesome his final year at TCU. He was fine. He was awesome at the Senior Bowl. Scored the game-winning touchdown in the Senior Bowl. Has a lot going on. His brother died in a terrorist attack in New Orleans. But it's interesting. Jack Beck was basically he was a tight end at LSU and then transferred, and they were like, "Oh shit, he's awesome." So I think I'm closer to being in on Beck as his price ascends than being out on him as his price ascends. Golden to pick. Yeah. NFL insiders have been very consistent that Matthew Golden is going to go before, people like you and I expect him to go. I don't think I've drafted Tez. I've got him ranked right around ADP. No, I have him ranked ahead of ADP because the drumbeat from the Senior Bowl was so heavy on him. I have a hard time clicking him though. I do have a real hard time clicking him. Yeah, you watch Savion and you're like, wait, who's this guy who's getting all the passes? How did they get to this position on the field? And you're like, oh shit. It's Jake Beck. It would be a really nice turn to be able to get both of these quarterbacks here. I'm assuming, it's not going to happen. These other guys need quarterbacks, but it would be nice. Reminder to myself, this team needs some adult running backs because I only have Genty and Hampton. Genty, Hampton, Lamb, JSN, Marvin Harrison, Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings, and TJ Hawkinson. Pretty good team. This is a very nutted wide receiver room, and we're actually going to run hot with running backs too. I think I'm going to be able to get multiple of running backs that I like here. Kyler went. One guy behind me has two quarterbacks. One guy behind me has Baker Mayfield. Does he have a 49er? He does have McCaffrey. I'm going to try and push it. I'm going to take ETN, and I'm going to try and push it and see if I get punished. I probably will get punished, but maybe I won't. This has been all the comps. Everyone who talks about Jack Beck says that he's this year's Puka Nacua. And I think that's probably a bit much, but that is what they're saying out there, bro. I I like Jackson Dart a lot as a late pick. A lot. I think he's the best late round quarterback pick right now. Him and Milroe. I mean, Milroe too, I think is strong. Milroe obviously has a big Malik Willis potential where he could just end up being totally useless for fantasy effectively. All right, we did push Purdy around. So we have got Purdy and Jennings, running back room of Genty, Hampton, and Etienne. All cool name running back room. Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Travis Etienne, CD, JSN, Marvin Harrison, Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings, TJ Hawkinson. Well, Thor can be down on him all he wants, but all that matters is how much does he play? Because if he plays in the NFL, he is going to be good for fantasy. And that's all I care about. I don't really care how good he is for real. Thoughts on Aaron Rodgers? He's a dick. He's not very good anymore. And he's probably going to retire. We've got Doe Raber 23 with Bo Nix, Joe Burrow, and Jaden Daniels. Great draft, brother. Killing it. Wide receiver 1, Brandon Ayuk. A lot of tight end prospects, honestly, are draftable. You've got Warren, Bannon, Loveland, Helm, Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo, Oronde Gadsden. So like 7 guys. Sick. What if Dart goes to the Raiders, bro? Have you thought about if Jackson Dart goes to the Raiders at pick 6 and he's got Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly calling plays for him? Pretty sick. That's probably about how much I would bet against him playing. I mean, I have no read on what he's gonna do. Yeah, he wasn't terrible. He's just not good anymore. Rodgers he's not terrible. He just can't. He's not special. What is my college ball knower take? Devin Neal. I mean, Devin Neal is the big one. Devin Neal, I think, is better than Quinshon Judkins. Devin Neal, I think, is a better NFL running back than Quinshon Judkins. That's a big one. DJ Giddens is better than the market thinks. My real ball-knowing take, I think, is that Emeka Egbuka is just a boring player. And I'm just... Burden is, to me, more fun. And has much higher upside for the games we play than Egbuka. Cam Ward also ran a lot at Washington State. Like, Cam Ward is being drafted like he's not going to run at all. And he did legitimately run at Washington State. 120 rushes. Now, keep in mind, some of those are sacks, obviously, but 8 rushing touchdowns, too. His sophomore year. I mean, Caleb Johnson is my running back, too, in this draft. Maybe that's a ball knower take. Feels like everyone says Hampton is better, and I think Caleb Johnson is better than Hampton. Well, he ran a lot at Incarnate Ward, too. No, I disagree. I disagree with that. I think they would, like, I'd put it this way. They were sure if they were in last year's class, they would be much closer to Bo Nix and Michael Penix than they would be to Drake May or Jaden Daniels. You know what? Let's live a little. Let's take Dalton Kincaid. I mean, I like it. I feel like that's not true. Iowa running backs are normally pretty good. Caleb Johnson is just a really good player, though. Caleb Johnson is gonna test well. Caleb Johnson is a big body dude. I think Caleb Johnson is very strong. My exposure to any quarterback right now being drafted in the first 5 rounds is 0. I've got none of them. So might need to start thinking differently about that. You know what? We're going to live a little too. I'm going to take Anthony Richardson. Can always take A.D. Mitchell later. Need some upside there. Because I am fading the elite quarterback, so I do need some guys who can run. Travion Henderson. I wonder if the Vikings really want Genty. That's kind of one of my feelings. You got to remember when you look at rushing numbers for college quarterbacks that sacks are taken out of that yardage. So it's just not 1-to-1. Here, let's pull up the University of Incarnate Word stats. Actually, he didn't run very much in 2021 at Incarnate Ward. Maybe it's all fake, bro. Yeah, I just keep drafting A.D. Mitchell, which you could maybe argue is a bit of an issue. If Jaden Daniels repeats his point scoring from the prior year, certainly. I still have some concerns about Daniels' injury stuff. Kind of similar to Richardson, actually, where he just plays a style of football that is likely to cause him injury. I think if they were all about half a round to a full round cheaper, they would be close to efficient. Certainly I would take Shadur throwing to Neighbors for Neighbors' sake. Well, it really depends on what your edge is. There are, I'm sure I could just look at this room right now and there'll be 2 dead teams. So this guy, D. Rober 23, his team is dead. Like, it just is not, it's no good. 3 running backs, 2 quarterbacks to start. And his tight end one is Colston Loveland. So he's just dead pretty much. Then this guy drafting to my right did Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. His running back 2 is DeAndre Swift. He then doubled up on, basically people, because there's no content out, people just kind of forget how to draft. Basically. Yeah, I would certainly rather Kyler Murray at his price tag than Jaden Daniels right now. Restrepo, huh? All right, we'll do. I don't think I've taken a Xavier Restrepo yet. Do I have any rookie wide receivers yet? I do not. We can do one Restrepo. I can afford it. But I would say the name of the game in these early drafts right now is to focus on what you think could give you the greatest amount of closing line value. Not because the closing line value itself gives you good teams, but because it's going to give you super teams in the finals. Like if you are like, oh, I think in Best Ball Mania 6, Colston Loveland is going to be an 8th round pick, then that is directionally just going to get you to drafting a lot of teams with players that are projected to do very well with the quote unquote chalk. Where did Devin Neal 121? You hate to see it. You really do. Can't have good things in this world. All right. Ollie Gordon, Trey Benson. Yeah, let's do it. Ollie Gordon. Higher. Send it higher. Another rookie. This room is begging out for an adult running back. One of these rookie tight ends I think will be the last round dart that wins playoff best ball tournaments. Wow, Derek. Good man. Thank you, sir. I'm pretty certain Devin Neal goes round 2. Devin Neal, mock draft database. Let's see, what is he up to these days? Devin Neal on the mock draft database. He's projected 4th round right now. But if you check in just the last couple days, so if you just check in the last month, he's much closer to being a 3rd round pick. I think he's going to be a 3rd round pick, man. Probably neither of them have that range of outcomes, but they're both very good tournament play tight ends, I think. Who are some other last round darts? Roman Wilson, I do like. Can't help myself. What if I guess if Deontay Johnson signs with a good team and figures, like if he signs with, I don't know, the Bengals maybe or something, I could see that being interesting. Beck is a good call. Beck is a really good call. I feel like it's very, very likely that the Bears draft a running back early. Brenton Strange is the late round tight end. Yeah, could be. I'm not that woke to Brenton Strange. He's another one of those guys where it's so easy for me to see him getting replaced. But you never know. Braylon out. No, this team needs. I am not taking Deontay Johnson at all. No Deontay's. No Deontay's here. The dumbest thing the Bears could do. I don't know. What is the dumbest thing the Bears could do? A.D. Mitchell. All right, bang. We got our stacks locked in. We need one more tight end. One more, at least one more running back. Probably 2 more. I think Pacheco is probably closer to being out of the NFL than starting for the Chiefs next year. But certainly his performance right now is related to the fact that he is very clearly not healthy. Very, very clearly not a healthy player right now. The 49ers can't really afford to cut him. They have to trade him. You know what? This is a Harold Fannin Jr.-ass team. We already have Hawkinson. We already have Kincaid. We could take a pure upside stab there. That's actually like a good price to get him at. You missed me basically not knowing how to work the Sidekick window and Shady having to explain it to me step by step. Yeah, I don't know if it's full James Robinson, but he's definitely not healthy right now. Again, Booty is another one of those guys. Seems like a good chance that he is just kind of replaced by the Patriots. He was not targeted very often, which is like just being on the field and then not getting targeted is actually bad. It's actually bad to work your way on the field and then not get targeted. Very, very MVS-y. Very Justin Watson-y style career coming for Kayshon Boutte. Yeah, what was it? The director of player personnel said about Jermaine Burton, he's done nothing to prove he needs a roster spot, and he better start working hard. Not great. Not great for the Jermaine Burton truthers. I was a big Jermaine Burton guy last year. So about the slot guy, well, I guess you better be signing yourself up for old Christian Kirk. What is May's ADP? He's the quarterback 15, and he goes on average at the 119th pick in the big board. Feels pretty reasonable. Maybe even a little bit cheap. No Amari Cooper for me. So those are guys I'm not drafting at all right now. Is like DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, all these dudes who are like going to be on a different team next year. It's all just like not clear how they get there. God, you know what? Where's Goods at? This is going to be, I'm about to take Javonte Williams. Someone show me Goods. I'm about to take Javonte Williams. That's for you, Goods. Just shipped Javonte Williams as my running back 5. Now we got a nab. I do need one more quarterback. I do need one more wide receiver. And the guy I was going to take. No, he didn't go. Taking Harvey some. I mean, I don't want to have too many of. I do not want to be yet. I don't want to have 80% of any of these guys late. Kind of working my way slowly through that. I'm going to take. I've not taken very much of Mr. Beck. Where are we at? All right, draft capital wise from the draft caddy. We are in bucket 1 at wide receiver. All right, we got there. I wonder, I need to communicate with Brian about if we need to make the buckets any different for the big board. Well, I might still have 80% of someone, but it's got to be someone really high conviction. Frick. Mr. Mufasa taking Jackson Dart from me. Well, the thing is that Diggs was still good. When Diggs was playing, he was still earning targets. Hopkins and Cooper have not been able to earn targets. So the buckets are from the draft caddy, which is a tool over at the Endgame Syndicate. And it basically just, what's the right way to explain it? So it is a mathematical application of of Leone's Best Ball Manifesto, basically just showing you how to correctly allocate your capital. So your draft capital is the draft picks that you have, and the buckets help you allocate them appropriately. Is taking a ton of Marshawn Lloyd bad? Well, to be honest with you, I think that is literally unknowable right now. I wouldn't, I don't know, you wouldn't be able to know one way or the other, basically. I think it's probably bad, but if the Packers don't take a running back and they run back the same group of guys that they had last year, it's him, it's Emmanuel Wilson. Yeah, it's a similar thing to the sliders. A little different to the sliders, really. Yes, but it is roughly trying to, the slider is approximating the buckets, basically. Can he score less than 0? He always can. Dylan Laube scored less than 0, brother. And don't you forget it. Sidekick definitely agreeing with me that Milroe is the guy we want here. Bada bing. Bada boom. Purdy, Richardson, Milroe. We need a final running back. Probably, yeah, it should be a vet. could be. Well, are we just gonna do LeQuint again? We'll do Mullings. Sure, why not? Why not just spam all the rookies? Genty, Hampton, Etienne, Gordon, Javonte, Khalil Mullings. All right, this team was okay. Purdy, Richardson, Milroe. I mean, Milroe, real buyer beware situation there. Very good running back room. I mean, maybe you could say I should take like Montgomery or something instead of Hampton. But at the same on the same token, I mean, Amari and Hampton is just he's not a rookie running back. The thing you're worried about with rookies is uncertainty. There's not much uncertainty with Hampton. Etienne, strong. Gordon, I think very strong. Javonte, could be anything, even a boat. Khalil Mullings, Crane's favorite linebacker. CD, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jerry Jeudy, Juwan Jennings, Xavier Restrepo, A.D. Mitchell, Jack Beck, T.J. Hawkinson, Dalton Kincaid, Harold Fannin Jr. That's a lot of rookies. But that's okay. It's okay to take rookies. Taking rookies is not bad. Just got to be price sensitive. And I didn't pay a crazy price for any of them. I guess you could argue Ollie Gordon is maybe getting a little bit rich, but the rest of them were all later round picks. Boys, my brain is not working anymore. I'm cooked for today. So we are going to get out of here. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much for watching.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense